should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness, gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness of men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture. don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone. The good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way.
America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered. We got a great show for you guys tonight. We got a bunch of different things to cover tonight. Very excited to be back with you guys here on Tuesday. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Thank you for being fans of the show. Today, I do want to talk about a few different topics. Like I said, I want to talk about who the new leadership in Iran will be, or who they're at least saying it will be for the time being. I also want to talk about some devastating blows the United States has taken so far in this conflict. And for the people who are newer to the show or just tuning in for the first time, I just want to give you guys my opinion on this. I think it's extremely ridiculous for the United States to be getting involved in this in any way. It is very clear that this is a war for Israel, not for America. America realistically has nothing to do with this, but we've been dragged into yet another regime change war by our so-called greatest allies. It's actually ridiculous how our government operates when it comes to Israel versus any other subject country or anything in general. Our country is Israel's bitch, essentially. And if you guys want my full take on it, like I said, if you're new to the show, watch yesterday's episode. I make an hour-long case about why it's not in the United States' best interest to be involved in this war. But like I said, today, it's going to be slightly different. We've been doing coverage on the war almost every single day since it started. So today, we're just going to talk about a couple different things involving it. For the coverage for the war today, like I said, we'll talk about a few devastating blows the United States has taken. And I also want to talk about I don't know, some people are calling it a conspiracy, but it's been proven to the American people, but there's now information showing that since the strike in June, that the CIA, that the United States intelligence agencies have been arming different rebel groups in preparation for this regime change. So this regime change has been planned out for a very long time, and it was just a matter of time before it happened, but they knew under Donald Trump that they would be doing this regime change war. It was Israel's last shot to realistically get it done. They've wanted this war for over 30 years, and they're finally getting it. Someone says, every conservative would have been outraged if Biden had done this exact same thing with Iran. It would be ridiculous to pretend otherwise, but since Trump did it, most conservatives love it. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Every conservative who's happy about this, they're either Jewish, taking money from Jews, or the Zionist lobby, or they're just fucking retard cattle who aren't gonna make it. I mean, another thing I talk about a lot on this show, and this isn't breaking news, but it's like, to some people, they hear it for the first time, and they're like, oh, I never thought of it like that. But realistically, it's like, when you're talking to Americans, you have to understand that the average IQ of an American is about like 100 to 105. Most of the people you meet on a day-to-day basis are fucking retards. They're going to add nothing to the conversation, to productive society. They're not going to add much when it comes to, political conversations and discourse. So, when all these people are like, oh yeah, we've been at war with Iran for 47 years, and Trump's finally the one with the balls to deal with it. It's like, okay, you're just a fucking retard. You're not going to make it. If you think we've been at war with Iran for 47 years, no offense, you're a fucking retard. It's like actually one of the dumbest things, and I've heard so many people saying it, like Brilliant Hollyhan, that fucking worthless cuck, is saying it too. It's like, okay, so let's run with their scenario. We've been at war for 47 years, and it took us 47 years to grow a ball sack and actually attack. Like, so we've been being attacked for 47 years, and we just now go and attack. And it's like, Iran hasn't had any attacks on our homeland since, what is it, like 60s, 70s or so? I don't even know. But it's been decades. It's absolutely ridiculous that we are even arguing it. Like, Brilliant Hollyhan is the one who's making this argument, along with many other people like Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, the entire Zionist lobby, all the retards and shills, Laura Loomer. Oh, fuck Laura Loomer. Like, it's insane. Laura Loomer actually might be the dumbest bitch in politics, but somehow, I mean, again, I make my case all the time why women shouldn't be involved in politics, shouldn't be involved in voting, shouldn't be involved in all these things. It's crazy to me that anyone still respects Laura Loomer. I mean, this is a woman so fucking dumb that she was tricked into eating dog food on her own show. On her own show. It's like, maybe you cut her some slack if she's on like someone else's show and they like pull a prank and they get her to do it, but even that's still retarded. But like, I couldn't imagine. I'm on my own show right now. I couldn't imagine like being stupid enough to be tricked into eating dog food on my own show. Oh, women, they're just too fucking stupid sometimes. But like I said, we're going to talk about a few different things today. Maybe towards the end of the show, I want to talk a little bit about Jeffrey Epstein and some things, again, not really tied to Iran, but and there's a lot of people saying, oh, Iran's a distraction from Epstein. It's like, no, it was going to happen. It was going to happen because, like I said, the Zionists wanted it to happen. Israel wanted it to happen. And this was their last shot to do it. They knew under this term of Donald Trump would be the last real shot they had at getting this to work. So that's why that happened. But it is a distraction from Epstein. It wasn't necessarily an intentional one, but it is distracting from Epstein stuff. So maybe towards the end of the show, we will talk about that a little bit because Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton had behind closed doors testimonies to the Oversight Committee. They even actually, let's give them the benefit of the doubt because, again, the show's not about picking sides. It's about being truthful. They even pushed to have these testimonies done in the open on live stream, on camera, on C-SPAN for everybody to see, but actually the government is the one who said, no, we're not going to do that. And it's not saying that, like, they weren't guilty in anything. For sure they were. A lot of people were. But I think it's more so they could, like, try and expose that, like, Donald Trump is the one doing this versus, if someone else did it. And I don't know. It's going to become, like, a Republicans versus Democrat thing if it were to be public. So that's kind of the reason there. But we'll talk about that a little bit. And another big thing with the Epstein files is thousands of the files have been deleted ever since this war with Iran has started. So, they gave us the ability to download a lot of these on our computers, so some people still have them. But the files they actually uploaded on the government website, thousands have been deleted ever since we started this war with Iran. Excuse me. Sorry. Like I said, so we got a great show for you guys today. A lot of different things to talk about. A lot of bases to cover. It might not be the longest show because a lot of it, moves pretty quickly. Like, there's a lot of, like, really mini topics. Sometimes we'll have, like, 3 or 4 larger topics and we'll talk about each of them individually. Like this one, like I said, there's a lot of mini topics and a lot of them kind of mixed together. So we might speed through this show relatively fast, depending on how fast we finish it. Like, if it's really fast, maybe we'll do a review of Candace's new thing, but I don't know. I mean, I've yet to be impressed once by her first 3 episodes, and now she's on episode 5 today, so we really have 2 to catch up on. So maybe we'll wait for a slower day during the week, or I'd just do that during the weekend. Someone said Polymarket odds has Democrats at an 85% chance to win the House this year. It was 63 4 months ago. The odds of Democrats winning the Senate have also increased from 24 to 43 in recent months. Yeah, that's going to happen. I mean, realistically, the Republicans lost the midterms a long time ago, and I think that's a good thing. And, like, okay, let me address something that, I've had actually people reach out to me about, and I don't know why they're reaching out to me, because it's not even me, but they just want my opinion on it, I guess, which I appreciate, but, whatever. But Nick Fuentes came out on Alex Jones and on his show, and he said that people should be voting Democrat for the midterms. And there's a few different things that I want to talk about with this. Rarely do I ever disagree with the Nick take. And I want to say this. I don't think he actually is going to literally vote Democrat, but I think he really does want them to win over the Republicans. And actually, at a point, it's well-deserved that the Republicans lose this one. When they lose, we're going to see congressional hearings. We're going to see a lot of different things. It's not like if this continues, like if the Republicans won, I shouldn't say we, I'm not a Republican. If the Republicans won, it's not like we're going to get much more of the agenda actually pushed through. Like I've talked about on the show for a very long period of time, Donald Trump has bailed on his America First agenda a very long time ago. It's been very clear that Donald Trump is not actually sticking to America First. So it's not like we're really losing much there. It's like, a big point I made yesterday on the show, Matt Walsh made it too, but he is so worried about his poll numbers when it comes to things domestically and things that the America First crowd wants, like mass deportations. When you think of Donald Trump and you think of his political campaigns and careers, you think of deportations, build the wall, deportations, get them out. We need less illegal immigration. You know, this is all the rhetoric we heard from 2016, 2020, and 2024 Trump. But Donald Trump, immediately upon receiving backlash because of the Alex Preddy and Renee Nicole Good shootings in Minnesota, he immediately backed down. He said the poll numbers are low. What we're going to do is we're going to pull ICE out of these areas and out of sanctuary cities, and we're only going to go into cities that are actually asking me for their help. But then when it comes to a regime change war in Israel and Iran, when it comes to pushing a regime change war for Israel and Iran, Donald Trump literally says a statement, I don't care how the poll numbers are. I don't care if they go down. And I am okay with Americans losing their lives over this. It is what it is. That's what Donald Trump said. Not verbatim, but that is the message that he gave out to the American people. So to be clear, Donald Trump does not give a shit about America first. He doesn't care about what we want. He doesn't care about what the people want. He cares about what the special interest groups want. The special interest groups are the ones saying don't deport the illegals. And on the right and the left, they're saying that. Why? Because the corporations profit off them. They use them as slave labor. They don't have to hire Americans. They don't have to give benefits and insurance. They can pay them half the fucking money, and they're fine with it. They'll shut the fuck up about it, or else they'll get deported. So this is overall just hurting America in a lot of ways. But Donald Trump, like I said, it all just ties back to, is Donald Trump really America first? No, he's not. He's for the people he aimed to destroy. Donald Trump entered politics saying, we'll destroy the deep state, the special interest groups, the corporations that want to give you money to put themselves over the American people. We're done with that shit. I don't need their money. And then Donald Trump took their money over time. $250 million from Miriam Adelson, millions more from special interest groups and corporations and billionaire donors and lobbyists. And Donald Trump has backed down on deportations, doubled down on his pro-war stance, and has even gone as far as to say this war could last a very long time, months, it could last years, it could have many American casualties. And he said, we will have American casualties, and it is what it is, were his exact words. And that's unacceptable rhetoric from a president for me. I'm unwilling to accept that. I'm unwilling to accept a president who says it is what it is about American lives, and unwilling to accept a president who says, oh, my poll numbers are low, let's stop deportations. But he's like, I don't care if my poll numbers are low when we push a regime change war for Israel in Iran, which realistically has nothing to fucking do with us. So the whole thing is ridiculous. Everything about it's ridiculous. Nick Fuentes saying he wants to vote Democrat. I really don't think he's actually going to vote Democrat as much as he just wants the Democrats to win the midterms, which, like I said, they deserve to actually win. It's not like the Democrats earned it, but the Republicans lost it. And not only that, the Republicans need to be taught a lesson. The GOP establishment itself needs to be taught a lesson. And that lesson is we're not just going to fall to your propaganda every 2 to 4 years. We're not going to fall to the propaganda of we need to beat the left. If we don't beat the left, America's over. It's like, okay, what if we make the argument that it's like if we don't beat the military complex, if we don't beat the neocons, if we don't beat the GOP retards who are pushing us into regime change war after regime change war and bowing down to Israel at every turn, our country's fucked. Like that could be the same argument we make. We need to make the argument that we will withhold our votes, that even if some people do go vote Democrat, I'm not going to, I don't recommend it, but we need to make the message clear that we will be willing to withhold our votes if they are not willing to give us something. That's leverage. If we are not getting anything, why would we give them our votes? And some people will say, oh, to beat the Democrats. Who fucking cares? Republicans and Democrats are realistically the fucking same. They do the same shit, and I get it. There's a lot more weird shit that happens on the left. A lot of stuff that I'm not cool with. I'm not ignorant to that fact. I obviously fucking know that. But my point is, they both take money from the same people, special interest groups. And we need to let the GOP know that if they want to win in the future, if they want to have any future in politics, that they need to give us something. They need to fulfill promises to us, and we need to hold them accountable. We cannot allow these special interest groups, these war-hungry freaks, to run our country anymore. We cannot allow the terrorist state of Israel and the Jewish oligarchs to run our country anymore. It is time we take America back. It is time we do that. And I don't think we're ready for a civil war. I don't think we're ready for a revolutionary war. So what do I recommend? I recommend we withhold our votes in the midterms. I recommend we say, until we get candidates who are willing to put America first and fulfill those promises, we will not fucking vote. We will make sure you guys lose every election. Because here's the thing, like, everyone makes the argument right versus left, you know, the right in Israel, blah, blah, blah. a lot of the things the left wants to do, they are reversible if we have the right candidate. If we get a true America First politician and candidate who's willing to essentially martyr themselves, who's willing to put everything on the line to get an America First agenda forward when they actually get elected, then we can reverse a lot of the things the Democrats do. But what we're doing in Iran right now, we cannot reverse. We cannot reverse this. We can't reverse regime changes. We can't go back and unfuck up everything we've already fucked up in the Middle East. We have destabilized the entire region. We've made Israel a regional superpower, a nuclear superpower, not signed on to the same nuclear treaty. So again, we're creating a regional nuclear superpower that we're not able to negotiate with on the same level because we don't have the balance that Iran gives them anymore. And that's going to create a long-term issue for us. And these are things you can't fix. And again, it's not to say that the Democrats wouldn't do the same thing, but Biden didn't do that. And again, I'm not pro-Biden. Fuck that old bag of bones. Like, Biden's a fucking retard. But at the same time, like, we can't sit there and ignore that. Like, we have to talk about reality. We have to talk about what did happen, and we could do the right versus left rhetoric, or we could just be objective about things and say, like, yeah, it is true. Biden didn't allow them to do that. Trump did allow them to do that. And again, it's not saying Democrats wouldn't. Democrats take money from AIPAC just as Republicans take money from AIPAC. It's not a, issue that only involves the right. It's not an issue that only involves the left. It's a bipartisan issue that we are all dealing with as Americans, that we are slaves to the Israelis. We are slaves to the Israeli government and to world Jewry as a whole. So again, these are the things we're fighting against, and these are the things we need to be vocal about on social media. We need to be vocal about in our lives, and we need to be willing to risk something. And that is what I'm trying to say here. We need to be willing to risk everything. We need to be willing to say, hey, I will not vote. I will not vote for you unless this happens. I will not vote for Republicans unless this happens. Unless we get a true America First agenda, putting Americans and American society first in every single way, mass deportations, not giving foreign aid, not being involved in foreign wars, especially on the other fucking side of the world. Until we have a politician who says all these things, talks about actually fixing affordability, talks about really making the world better for Americans, why the fuck are we voting for these people? Because I don't know about you, but as somebody who's been on the right my entire life, still considers myself pretty far right, I don't see how the GOP has helped my life in any way. I really don't. The dollar is worth shit. We've lost tens of thousands of Americans. We've been engaged in wars in the Middle East my entire fucking life. I do not see how they have been positive towards my life. So again, I'm not anti-right, but I am anti-GOP. And we need to work against them. We need to use leverage. We need to use our power as the people. And if we're not going to take up arms and do another revolutionary war, what do? We withhold voting. We tell them we will not vote. We will not give in. We will not surrender or back down or take a backward step. We will hold the fucking line. We need to be able to do that. And if you don't have the balls to do that, then you're not ready for this. You're not ready for what's next. You're not ready to take the next step. We need to take America back, and what that means is using political pressure. So, that was kind of a long rant, but let's get into the actual show. Let's talk about the stuff that we're actually going to talk about today. Before we do, remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. We read all the comments at the end of each show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Follow me on X, Instagram, whatever platform you're watching on. Just hit follow right on there and join my Telegram by scanning the code up in the corner. But okay, now we did the whole intro, we did the preamble. Let's get right into the show. I want to show you guys this. This was announced today. We already knew that over 6 Americans have died. They released the photos and names of 4 of them. So these are 4 soldiers that did lose their life, essentially for Israel. It's very sad that these soldiers had to go fight this regime change war for Israel that has nothing to do with America. But I want everybody to keep these soldiers and their families in your prayers tonight. It's extremely sad. Like I said, they have the photos of the individuals and their names as well. So everybody, please take a moment out of your day tonight, whenever you can, and just say a prayer for them. If you pray the rosary, pray a decade of your rosary for them. But it's very important that we honor the Americans who are sacrificing their life right now. And I want to, like I said, keep going on with the show. We got a few different things I want to talk about. One of the things I want to talk about is this right here, which is the new leadership in Iran. And, excuse me, if I'm being honest, this realistically is not going to last. The United States is not going to be okay with this. What the United States is going to do is most likely kill this individual within a week. I mean, unless this person is so far underground that we can't reach him, This person most likely will be dead within a week, but the son of the Ayatollah has been named the new supreme leader of Iran. So this is new development today. We know they've been looking for a new leader in the region, and the United States wanted to be a part of picking that leader for the region, but Iran is unwilling to allow the United States to help with that for very obvious reasons. So it looks like it is staying within the family. The son will be the new supreme leader of the regime. And like I said, realistically, this individual, the son, will be killed within a week. I cannot imagine a reality where this person is still alive in 2 weeks. Somebody goes, preach, brother. That's why they have none of the above on the ballot. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to not vote, if you feel like a cunt for not voting, because a lot of people make that argument. They're like, it's unpatriotic to not vote. It's like, okay, go write in a candidate. Go write in whoever the fuck you want. Write in a candidate. Do whatever. Like, write in fucking Peter Griffin. I don't give a shit. Put Santa Claus. Put your mother. Like, I don't fucking care. If you're like one of those people who's like, but I have to vote. Okay, like, if you're that dumb, then go fucking write in a candidate. Like, I get it. I get some people have that patriotic pride where they're like, okay, I need to vote. And I understand. I'm very patriotic, but I just also understand that it's not in my best interest, or, to be honest, any American's best interest to be voting for the GOP unless you're a boomer or a neocon. Unless you're extremely pro-war, pro-Middle Eastern wars, or, unless you're extremely for these special interest groups and lower wages, etc. Like, I don't see the reason to vote for the GOP anymore. So yeah, vote none of the above, vote writing candidate, don't vote. I don't give a shit, but it's very clear. Like, if you can't see it, you're not going to fucking make it. We have to send a message. It is our responsibility and our duty to send a message to the government to let them know that the people still hold power. They built this government, they built this system up so that people could hold power. We have power, and we need to show them that. Goyim together, united, will be undefeated. They want to call us Goyim, they want to call us slave cattle, they want to treat us like it? Okay. Goyim united will never be defeated. Let's win this fucking thing. We will not lose. We will not back down. We will never surrender. We will be willing to take a fucking stand come election day. And everybody needs to be willing to do that if we want this to work. We need Americans to come together on this. And like I said, I want to keep going on with the show. We have a few different things we're going to talk about, and a lot of it's just kind of quick things. But I want to show a video of the United States getting targeted and hit today. A drone impacted the CIA, or not the CIA, the U.S. consulate. We also had a CIA building get struck by a drone as well today. But again, this is a crazy war video right here. Like, none of this is good, especially when they're targeting Americans. But you have to say, as a guy, it kind of is cool to just watch a war video and you're like, holy shit, like, that's a fucking bomb right there. Crazy.
Shit.
Yeah, extremely sad. We got to pray that no Americans or nobody was injured. But that is the Iranians bombing, like I said, the U.S. consulate in Dubai. So this war is escalating, and it's not just happening, like I said, in Iran, in Israel. They are bombing places all around the Middle East, places where they know we have U.S. bases, embassies, etc. So to them, nothing is off limits. There are no red lines anymore to Iran. And, like, that's a thing that our government, I'm sure they're talking about it behind closed doors and worrying about it, but it's like when you really give somebody no options, they become dangerous. When somebody has no other options left, when they have nothing left to lose, they become dangerous. And Iran has nothing left to lose. Like, a lot of these, or at least a lot of the government officials, military leaders have nothing to lose. They are being targeted. People are trying to assassinate and kill them. And again, I'm not pro-Iran in any way, but realistically, they have nothing to lose, and we've created that monster, and that monster will come and kill more Americans, and that's extremely sad. And like I said at the beginning of the show and yesterday's show and over the weekend, I am not okay with the rhetoric Trump is using surrounding that. I'm not willing to accept the fact that Trump is saying Americans will die and more Americans will die. No, that's not okay. I don't want a single hair on their head being harmed. I don't want fucking anything happening to them, but you're telling me it is what it is when they die? Fuck that. This is why we should not be involved in this war. We have reckless leaders who would never send their own blood to this war, but they're okay with Americans dying, other Americans dying. As long as they're other Americans they're not related to or don't know, they're fine with it. But Ben Shapiro's kids, Laura Loomer's kids, Mark Levin's kids, none of them would be serving in this war. Donald Trump's kids, none of them. JD Vance's fucking G kids, none of them. None of them would be serving in this war and are serving in this war. And that's why they're okay with it. They would never send their own blood to go die in this war because they know we shouldn't even be there in the fucking first place. They're doing this for another country. They are bombing Israel. Or they're bombing Iran for the terrorist state of Israel. And that's another thing we're going to talk about today. We talked a lot about Rubio's statements he made yesterday. And Rubio basically just outright admitted, hey guys, we got dragged into this war by Israel. He didn't say that verbatim. What he did say is we knew Israel was going to strike, and if Israel struck, then Iran would then target the United States. So it made the most sense for the United States to target them. So they're saying we fund this country, we give them military weapons, everything they need for their military, and we basically subsidize them financially, but we still don't have enough restraint on them to say, hey guys, don't attack Iran. It's not in America's best interest. We'll get deaths in America. We'll get American soldiers being dead. We'll have terrorist cells in our own country. We don't have that power, apparently, with a country the size of New Jersey, who we subsidize. Fucking ridiculous. But then they walked that statement back today, and I'll show a video of that later on the show. But it's so fucking ridiculous. Marco Rubio is like, no, I didn't say that. You know, were you there when I was asked it? And then the person goes, yeah, I was literally the one who asked you the question. It's just fucking embarrassing for him. And Caroline Levitt's even posting on X, she wrote an article about it, about, no, Rubio didn't say that that Israel dragged us into this war. Donald Trump even said, Israel didn't force our hand, I forced their hand. It's like, you stupid bitch, like, fuck off. Oh my. Yeah, because America's been begging for war with Iran for the last 30 fucking years. No, only American Jews have. But Israel's been begging for it for the last 30 fucking years. And then you have the people who chime in with that stupid fucking argument I made earlier where it's like, oh, but we've been at war with them for 47 years. It's like, okay, then why am I just hearing about it now? We've been at war with them my entire life. You're telling me I'm 26 years old. So my entire life we've been at war and I didn't know? I never heard about it? Huh, that's odd. That's really odd that now we decided to attack them. 47 years later, they've been attacking us for 47 years apparently in this one-sided war. But now it's our turn to attack. Like, what the? Like, the rhetoric's retarded. It's really fucking stupid. We've been at war for 47 years. It's like, really? Really? Why weren't they talking about it at the debate? Why are we just hearing about it now in 2026? I didn't hear about it in 2025 or 4 or 23 or 22 or 21. No one was talking about it during COVID. No one was talking about it in Donald Trump's first term. No one was talking about it under Obama. But apparently we've been at war with them for 47 years, according to Brillin Hollyhan, Mark Levin, Laura Loomer, Ben Shapiro, and the Zionist cunt retards. But let's keep moving on. Like I said, we got a few other things I want to talk about. This is another way the United States was struck today. And again, there's still speculation surrounding this on what happened to the individual. But it was confirmed that an F-15, American F-15, was shot down and that the person did eject. Most likely, though, it seems like they might have been captured. And again, I'm not going to misreport on this to like fearmonger or anything like that. If I get any updates, I will put them in my Telegram. If they're after the show, if we get them on the show, I'll read them now. But what we know so far is that this plane was taken down over Iran. The pilot did eject, but most likely they have been captured by the Iranians. So we are not 100% sure about that. And it also goes to show you, we're hearing very little reporting on this from America, but we're hearing a lot of reporting on this from, media, not media conglomerates. We're hearing a lot of reporting about it from people like Riem Navarro, War Monitor, Disclosed TV, people who talk about the news and talk about things that are happening in geopolitics. So we're hearing a lot of reports about this, but very little from the American media, and that's because the American media is trying to play down what's happening. Like, we've been told there's 6 deaths so far. We've been told that, Americans are very safe, that there's nothing really happening, that they have very little to worry about. But realistically, what they're doing is they're underreporting the casualties, the injuries. They're underreporting what's actually happening. So it's not surprising that this is happening, and I think it is probably real that this is happening. I think most likely this person has been captured, and if they haven't, that's the best case scenario. I pray that they are not captured. But this is what is the reality of war, that the war that Donald Trump has gotten us into. Donald Trump has gotten us into a situation where American soldiers will be harmed, and we're supposed to be okay with that because it is what it is. Someone goes, why wasn't the war brought up at the State of the Union if it's been going on for 47 years? Yeah, why hasn't it been brought up at the last fucking, like, what would it be, like, 11 or no, way more than that. Like, why hasn't it been brought up at the between the last like 11 president, I don't know, 11, 12 presidents? Why hasn't it been brought up at a single State of the Union? Like, yeah, guys, we've been at war for 47 years. You just haven't heard about it. It's been in the dark. Like, it's the dumbest fucking thing. And like, someone even came in my live chat and said that they're like, you don't realize we've been at war for 47 years. It's like, wow. I forgot for a second that Americans are retarded. I forgot for a second that the average IQ in this country is like 105. That everybody I talk to is pretty much a fucking retard. Like, it's so annoying. You talk to people and you're just like, holy shit, how did you make it this far in life? Like, how are you a human? How are you alive? I look at most people and I just think, like, you are one stupid motherfucker. Like, you really are a retard. Like, if you were my kid, I would beat the fuck out of you for being this dumb. I look at people of all ages and think that. It's actually so fucking embarrassing how dumb millennials and the older generation really are. Like, Gen X and boomers, they really are the ones who are lost, and I really question, like how they fucking survive still at this point in this world right now. It's fucking insane to me, but yeah, we all should pray for this American soldier as well who might be captured by the Iranians. Hopefully not, but it might be happening. And then this is what I was talking about earlier. We won't talk about it for long because I talked about it a little bit in the beginning of the show. But it's very clear that these aren't new war plans, that this has been a plan cooking up for a long time. We know that Bibi has been pushing Donald Trump for a full-scale regime change war as long as Donald Trump's been in office. And we know he got them to bomb the nuclear facilities back in June. And apparently, immediately after the bombings back in June, what the CIA did is started arming different Iranian factions, Iraqi Kurds, and they've been arming them to have a in-country revolution against the new leadership and the government when we did push the regime change war. And has this ever ended up well for the United States? Has it ever ended up well when we've been funding these different groups who then end up being terrorist groups? It's never worked out for us, never worked in our favor, but for some reason they think, you know, like the literal definition of insanity is if you do the same thing over and over again expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. And that's what we're doing. It's literally insane. It is the definition of insane. We are funding more and more groups to do armed revolutions in their countries. The CIA is orchestrating this. Has it ever fucking worked out? No, it's just more insanity. It's retarded. But apparently we've been smuggling weapons in since June, arming these groups, and we are now going to be asking them to take the country back, take the country over. And I do not see any situation where this works out well in our favor. I mean, rarely does the CIA do something well. Rarely does the CIA do something that works out in our favor. So as an American, I'm upset about this. I feel lied to. I feel used in a lot of ways. And I feel like all Americans should. I mean, this is something where they told us in June that it was done. But realistically, behind the scenes, they knew it wasn't done. If they thought it was done, they wouldn't have been arming them for this revolution when the regime change took place. They knew it wasn't done then, so they started arming the groups, and they knew they would push a regime change war before the midterms, literally exactly like I called on the show. I said it word for word on the show right after the June bombing, that this was not over, it would happen again, and the ultimate goal here would be a regime change. So that's what the CIA has been up to. I want to move on and show what I was talking about earlier. This is from Marco Rubio. This is when Marco Rubio is a little cut up where it shows the interview today where he's trying to backtrack versus the interview yesterday where he said a little bit too much. Let's watch this quick video and we'll talk about it.
Yesterday, you told us that Israel was going to strike Iran and that's why we needed to get involved. Today, the president said that Iran was going to get
Yeah, your statement is false. So that's not what I was asked very specifically. Were you there yesterday?
Yes, I asked the question.
Yes, I asked the question.
Wait a minute.
There absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us.
No, were you the one that, because somebody asked me a question yesterday, did we go in because of Israel? And I said, you were asking me that, you from that follow-up, and I said, no. I told you this had to happen anyway. The president made a decision, and the decision he made was that Iran was not going to be allowed to hide behind its ballistic missile program, that Iran was not going to be allowed to hide behind its ability to conduct these attacks. That decision had been made. The president systematically made a decision to systematically destroy this terroristic capability that they had, and we carried that out. I was very clear in that answer. This was a question of timing, of why this had to happen as a joint operation, not the question of the intent.
Yeah. So you can see it's a complete backtrack from what he said yesterday. And that was only a short clip put in there of what he said yesterday. He explicitly said yesterday that Israel was going to attack them first, and we knew about it, so we decided to preemptively attack. So it's very clear that Israel did drag us into this war. And then you also have John Kiriakou, who's been going ultra viral. And I'm quite entertained by his clips, I'm not going to lie. I've been quite entertained by this guy's clips. But he's been going ultra viral. And one of the things he's saying, and he's a former CIA representative, he said that Israel threatened that they were going to nuke Iran. So it was clear that the United States had to get involved to avoid a nuclear fallout, nuclear war. And another thing is poly market odds on a nuke being fired off before the end of the year literally skyrocketed today. Because, and then again, I don't know if there's, I know that the earthquake, like there was an earthquake today, 4-point-something earthquake in Iran, and people are speculating that it was a nuclear test, and I don't know any truth to that. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know any truth, whether that's true or not. If they're doing a nuclear test, I doubt it. But I mean, the idea that the odds on poly market shot up, again, it could just be tensions with the war. Realistically, it is. Like, I wouldn't take that bet. I don't think a nuke will be fired off this year, but as we see how this evolves over the next few weeks, it might give us a better idea of what the intentions might be from all sides. You know, we know the intentions from Iran. They're trying to put themselves in a position to defend themselves against Israel. That's why they wanted the nuke in the first place. Israel, it's clear they want to expand their territory, and the United States will literally do anything for Israel. So that's what it looks like now. I'm curious what it looks like in a few weeks. I'm guessing for the most part it'll be the same, but I'm curious how everything evolves over the next few weeks. I have a few more things I wanted to show you guys, and this is Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones on Alex Jones' show today talking about everything, and I thought this was a great clip. Like, Alex Jones literally gets emotional, and rarely do you see this from this guy. And Alex Jones is somebody that, I don't know, I mean, if you're watching my show, I'm sure you love Alex Jones like I do. Alex Jones is a true American patriot, anti-globalist, badass son of a bitch. We love this guy. So let's watch this video, and you could really see, like Alex Jones is somebody who fought for Trump in every way, like put a lot on the line to fight for Trump, and he's now feeling what we've been feeling for a while, where we've realized that Donald Trump is not who we thought he was. Donald Trump has really fucked us over in a lot of ways, and Alex Jones, it's kind of hitting him now for the first time with all this, and it's really sad to see. So let's watch this quick clip of Nick and Alex Jones talking about the failures of Donald Trump.
And I'm watching it sink by its own doing, and so this is horrifying. And so, but I can't sign on to covering up Epstein. I can't sign on to World War III. And so that's why I tried to promote the optimism, because I fucking need this, man. Like, I want to fix the country. I want to turn it around. So it's not that I was delusional. I still hope we can turn it around, but I just, sorry, go ahead. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
It's like sad to see him get emotional like that. Like, this is a guy who, like, literally, if you told Alex Jones, hey, Alex, you have to shoot yourself in the face with a shotgun, and in return, America will be fixed. And, like, you know, everything was true to its word. You know, if, like, America would be fixed in every way, anti-globalist, more of a nationalist country that actually is truthful, transparency to the citizens, supports the citizens, Alex Jones would give his life for us. Alex Jones, no question about it in my mind, would give his life for this. And he has essentially given his life to it. You think Alex Jones, like, lives, like, an incredibly, like, lavish, happy lifestyle? The guy's being sued for $1 billion fucking dollars. The guy's losing everything. They're trying to kill him. They're trying to come after him at every possible angle. This is a guy who has given his life to this. But I literally think if he had the option, like, if he had to commit suicide to save America, this is a guy who wouldn't fucking breathe or think about it. He would just do it. He wouldn't even blink an eye. So again, I love Alex Jones. It's sad to even see him like this. It's heartbreaking to see him like this.
I get it. And listen, like I said, I don't think that everybody that supported Trump was being dismissive about these concerns. I get it. You know, we all wanted to believe. I was 18 years old when Trump ran in 2016. And I remember getting in fights with people. This is my whole life too. At 18 years old, I wore the MAGA hat at Boston University, one of the most liberal campuses in the country, and became a pariah on my college campus.
Something you sacrificed. It's sad to see something you fought and bled for die.
Yeah, and that's my whole adult life. I know that's a huge part of your life also, and now we're witnessing it's totally unraveling. It's an utter and complete betrayal. It's heartbreaking in many ways.
And when I try to salvage it with people, I get attacked as a liberal, which is when these people doing that can't even find Iran on a fucking map.
Yeah, well, what's called for is for us to be sober-minded about the entire thing, because there's a lot of Trump haters.
I've been a realist the whole time, but was hoping, and now I'm just not even hoping. I'm just going to be a realist.
Yeah, I mean, and really, it's okay to have hope. I mean, we hope for a better future, but we got to be brutally honest about what this administration has become.
Wow. It is like, again, it's not like emotional as in like, oh, I'm going to fucking cry. But it's like emotional to see Alex Jones get like this. And so like you could see how he feels defeated in some ways, where he feels just like lied to, he feels used, he feels raped, robbed, and looted of his sovereignty. It's sad. And someone goes, he's never been wrong either. It's horrible. Yeah, Alex Jones is the fucking man. I mean, this is the guy who had the balls to go in and expose Bohemian Grove. This is the guy who called 9/11 to a T months before it even happened. He's the guy who the attack that happened in Texas called that days before. The night we attacked Iran, he said he called that to a T. He said it's probably going to happen in Texas or some big place like that. Alex Jones he's one of the greatest voices of our lifetime, and people really take it for granted. Very sad to see him going through this. So, again, we love you, Alex Jones. We love Alex Jones. We love InfoWars. I rarely shill anyone else's shit on the show, but guys, make sure if you're not following him, you should be. Beyond that, go buy his shit. Buy his shit. That's what's keeping him funded right now. He's getting sued for $1 billion fucking dollars. I don't make any money telling you guys to go buy his shit. I'm telling you because I love Alex Jones, and this guy, I hate to see this happen to a true patriot like him. Alex Jones is the man. He would literally give his life for us as Americans, and it's only right we support this guy. He is American. So many fucking ways he is America. He is, not saying every person should strive to be every way like Alex Jones, in every way, but I'm just saying that is the representation of what America is. America is supposed to be questioning your government. Americans are supposed to be fighting for truth and justice and fighting for sovereignty, fighting against the globalist order. Alex Jones is a true American patriot, and we should all be standing behind him. I know I am, for sure. I want to get into the last few things on our show before we get into the comments. We're probably not going to do the review of Candace Owens today. Maybe we'll do that later this week. But like I said, the first 3 episodes were bullshit. Not impressed at all. I just don't see it. How does this tie into Charlie's murder? What's the accusation that Erica Kirk is Charlie Kirk's handler? It's unclear. She has yet to actually make the allegation or say anything, and she's doing that so she can't get sued. She's being purposefully vague about certain things because she doesn't want to get sued. So I find the entire thing to be unimpressive. But what I want to talk about are 2 last things, and they're involving Epstein, which is thousands of Epstein documents have been deleted from the DOJ's website since the war with Iran has started. And again, like I said in the beginning, I don't think the war with Iran was set out to be a distraction for Epstein, but I think there's a saying in politics, never let a good tragedy go to waste, and that means take advantage of things you can get done behind the scenes at all costs. Never let a tragedy go to waste, and everyone in politics knows this. They all use and abuse it, and that's what's happening here. They're going to war, and they're like, okay, while we're doing that, why don't we do some other stuff we can get away with that would also help us? It's not crazy to think that they're doing that, but it is, like I said, it's disgusting. It's everything against what Donald Trump and his campaign actually ran on, which was transparency. It is the least transparent thing possible. They are burying the Epstein files, And like I talked about, they have been going through testimonies as well. We saw Howard Lutnick get caught lying at his about being on the island. A picture of him on the island actually started floating around. The guy who was next door neighbors with Epstein bought the house for $10 from Epstein, missed work on 9/11, became a billionaire off 9/11. Many corrupt things with Howard Lutnick. I've done many different breakdowns on Howard Lutnick. You guys know my feelings about him. But like I said, thousands of Epstein files have been deleted off the DOJ's website now with this. So again, it's them not letting that tragedy go to waste. And then I wanted to show, this was kind of the last thing before we did get into the comments, but this was the video of part of Bill Clinton's Oversight Committee hearing. And this video is just weird because, like, again, there's nothing really to this in the sense of, like, there's no breaking, like, holy shit, Bill Clinton admitted to this, or else I'd have, that would be the clickbait title headline. No, the thing is that's funny about this that I want you guys to notice is what they're doing is they're having him look through the photos and the images that are in the files, mainly pertaining to him and his involvement with some of the younger girls and Jeffrey Epstein. And while he's doing that, the whole time he's smiling. You see one of the lawyers even takes it from him. He's like, no, give it back. What I want you guys to see here is this guy does not have, like, he's not looking back and being like, oh, like, he has no regrets. He has nostalgia about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and these girls. And that's what I want you guys to see here. It's actually, like, it's funny, but it's not funny at the same time because it's fucked up. But it's, like, funny to see, like, the reaction. He's just such an old guy. He knows, he's like, nothing's going to happen to me here. They'll never put handcuffs on me, so. But watch the video. They take it away. He's like, no, bitch, give that back. I want to see. He's just looking at photos of himself with young girls. He's like, I remember fucking that Puerto Rican once. Oh, her. I remember her. Like, it's crazy. What the fuck?
Mr. President, we have about 5 minutes remaining in
He's smiling ear to ear.
Hour,
fucking
so I
crazy.
just want to ask you some questions related to the crimes committed by Mr. Epstein.
And that's the end of the video, but you guys could see that was, like I said, all I wanted to show you with the Epstein stuff, because there's not much new stuff to talk about it. We've done a deep dive on the Epstein files and everyone involved in Trump's cabinet, connected to Trump's cabinet, connected to Republicans and Democrats, but mainly connected to organized Jewry. The recurring theme you see throughout the files is organized Jewry. You see this Jewish network of people who are not only defending Epstein, protecting him right now beyond the grave, but they are also throughout the files talking about Goyim in abundance. They're talking about Goyim all the time. They are talking about Jewish power and supremacy. They're talking about genetic mutations. They're talking about all these things. So the main theme you see across the Epstein files over everything else besides pedophilia is organized Jewry. And we've done that breakdown many times. But with that, that's going to be the entire show. We are going to go on to our comment section. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being fans of the show. Remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment. We read all the comments at the end of each show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Follow me on X, Instagram, whatever platform you're on. Just give me a follow there. And join the Telegram channel by scanning the code up in the corner here to stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. With that, let's go on to our comment section. Someone said it's not all of them, but it's always them. Yeah, exactly. It's not every Jew, but it's a lot of them. It always falls back to them.
This guy's a cuck for Nick. Shit's wild.
You just sound like a stupid bitch. Like, Nick called this war 2 years out to a T, so suck my dick, suck his dick. Fuck off.
Talking really fast. Lay off the Adderall.
No Adderall here. I'm just fucking jacked up on patriotism. I just know enough that I can talk about this fast. I have ADHD, don't take Adderall, and that's the... If I took Adderall, I would actually talk slow. Like, I have ADHD. The reason I talk fast is I don't take ADHD medicine. So I just fucking talk. I go off. That's what makes me good at this. So fuck off. And if you can't understand it, like, that's crazy. You gotta catch up. Like, if you're watching at normal speed and you can't understand someone talking fast, it's like, fuck off. Like, I listen to things at 2x and I can understand. You gotta be better than that.
Nick Fuentes is starting to build up some else. Voting Democrat makes no sense. Both parties are owned by Israel. It better for America first to infiltrate the GOP.
Yeah, he's definitely calling for that. And again, I don't think he's actually gonna vote Democrat. I made that point today.
Nick is basically a joke. I don't know why anyone takes that guy seriously.
Christian, no offense, the things you say are retarded, so like you saying that literally means nothing.
I don't love that
Wait,
take either.
this is my,
so somewhat I agree.
That was my response. I said I don't love his take about the Democrats, but it's more about political pressure than anything else.
Perhaps it seems to me he is being somewhat blinded by his past with the GOP.
Well, I don't think any of us should overlook our past with the GOP. If the GOP hasn't helped us, why would we continue to help them? Like, just to beat the Democrat? Like, that's just a bad argument. You know, that's just, if we keep doing that, if we keep just beating the Democrats at any cost, it's like, we're never going to get anything fixed. The things the Democrats are trying to accomplish, we could reverse a lot of those things. We cannot reverse what just happened. We cannot reverse it, so... I agree with Nick, actually. I'm not going to vote Democrat, but I agree not voting GOP is the move.
Not only is Trump okay with it, Fiddle and Christian are very pro-war. I wonder why? Could it be the hat they wear? Could it be the fact they think God chose them despite not being able to produce a successful UFC fighter? Who knows? The tree of liberty craves the blood of tyrants. Being anti-war is obedience to God. Defying tyrannical orders is as well. Be brave. Be strong. Don't fall for Rabbi Christian's anti-Muslim. The real problem is the puppet master, the man behind the curtain.
W. Rogue.
Rogue, you are so annoying, dude. Why do you think supporting freedom for the Iranian people makes me Jewish?
It kind of does, actually. It actually kind of does. It is. That is a Jewish belief. You know, because again, thinking America should be involved with it is a Jewish belief.
You are not the guy fighting the wars. If you were, I guarantee you would chill out on the pro-war stuff, especially involving Israel. After the pain they caused from 9/11, you still defend Satan himself, lol. If you were fighting the war, I would say by all means be canon folder for rich PDF files. But you aren't. You are just a young delusional that thinks he knows how the world works without actually having any experience in it.
W. Rogue again. Rogue is right on the fucking money with this.
What type of Christianity do you follow? Because it seems like you follow a made form of it. Newsflash, you aren't a medieval crusader, you are just a wannabe.
Rogue will be there when the Crusades happen. Me and Rogue will be there. We'll be side by side. Someone goes, "What's up, bro? How you doing? Nice to see you. Welcome to the show."
Reminds me of the song Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning by Alan Jackson, quoting, "I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN. But I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran, but I know Jesus and I talk to God."
I don't know if I've ever heard the song. I'll check it out.
I wonder if Donald Trump would have the same attitude if one of his own kids got killed during this war.
Exactly. It's like, it's fucked up. Someone said Christians are cucks. Shut up, pussy. You're not going to talk shit about Christians here. Dude, this is a Catholic show. Like, chill. Someone said great song. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, but Donald, like, that's a good point. Like, and it's something I said earlier. It's like, it's not like any of these people, like, Ben Shapiro's kids aren't fighting this war. Mark Levin's kids aren't fighting this war. Laura Loomer's imaginary kids would never have fought this war. Donald Trump or any of the politicians' kids are not fighting this war. J.D. Vance's G kids are not fighting this war. But they're okay with Americans dying, but I promise they wouldn't be if it was their fucking families. It's just disgusting. They're not sending their own blood.
Matt Walsh needs to leave Daily Wire and start his own show. Over time, I think he'd get a lot more popular.
Matt would be 10x audience overnight. Here's the thing. If Matt left the Daily Wire and just went all in on America First, he would get all the groypers, plus he would keep his boomer audience. Like, his boomer audience isn't there because Matt is, like, unwilling to, go over the top on Israel. That's not a factor for those people. These people just, like, want to, like, shit on trannies and shit on, like, on black people, and like that's what Matt Walsh is. And it's like, again, I don't have a problem with that. I do similar things. My point is Matt's not willing to take the final step, and it's probably because of money. Like, realistically, they're holding the movie deals and his whole archive over his head, saying like, we will own the rights to, the last like 1,000-something episodes you made while you've been here. We'll own the rights to your movies. We'll, you're never gonna get money again from that. My dog Delta's coming in. What's up, Delta?
Matt's probably afraid to look like Candace.
Last time you knocked my mic. Chill. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think Matt realizes that Candace is just a retard sub-Saharan by now. I don't think that's it.
Would it be good for America to leave NATO? Like keep our alliances and whatnot but leave that organization as a whole? That could sound retarded but I feel like America doing all the heavy lifting and being the world's 911 call is hurting America? Thoughts?
Yeah, I've openly said on the show many times that it might be in America's best interest to leave NATO. Like, I don't think most of our relationships we have around the world help us. Like you know, I'm not pushing for this, but you could even make like a stronger argument that like if we allied with like China and Russia, it could be better than like our allyship with NATO. You know, so. Yeah, I don't think we get a lot out of NATO. I think there's a lot of risk involved, and it actually limits our ability for Manifest Destiny. Like, I think being in NATO limits our ability to expand American territory on our hemisphere. So I don't love it. I love that your profile picture is Sean Strickland, though. Let's go. Sean is the fucking man. He's back at it. Hopefully he gets that Kamzat fight. Huge fight this weekend. Like, I love UFC, as a lot of you guys know. Huge fight. That we got Max Holloway versus Oliveira. That's going to be great. And Olivier already said, when he points to the center, I'm fucking in. And if you guys don't know what that means, I'm a UFC nerd. But Max Holloway has a thing a lot of times where the fight gets to the end of the fight, he'll point right to the center, and he'll basically say, no blocks, no taking step backs, no grappling. We just fucking throw haymakers for the last 10 seconds of the fight, see if we can get a winner, see if someone knocks somebody out. And Max Holloway is a bad motherfucker. He is arguably, you know, one of the best, if not the best striker in the UFC. So impressive. He has the most amount of landed strikes, I think, and critical strikes as well. He's just, I mean, and arguably like the best boxer in the UFC when it comes to, you know, dodging, weaving, jabs, anything in general. I mean, he's just such an impressive talent. So I'm excited to see that fight. I have my money on Holloway this weekend for sure. Holloway, again, it's hard to say anything's a lock when you're fighting Oliveira, but it might be a lock. It might be a lock.
And what I mean by 911 call is solving every third world country's problems.
Yeah, I don't think it should be I agree with you. It should not be our responsibility to solve these third world countries' problems. Like, I realistically, like, don't even think a lot of the third world countries should exist. I think, like, most of them should be conquered.
The happy Iranians will forget what the USA did for them in a few months. The ones who hold a grudge will remember for the rest of their lives. Unfortunately.
Exactly. That's what they're ignoring. They're like, oh, we're going to have this armed revolution in the country, and, you know, Iranians are going to take their country back. It's like, you don't realize you just created thousands of new terrorists. Like, you think you're just going to bomb the fuck out of people's countries, like, kill their parents and shit, and kill their kids, and, like, they're just going to be okay with it? Like, you think somebody watches their fucking infant son die, or, like, the little girls who had their school bombed? You think they, like, watch that happen, and they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything about this. It's like, no, they're gonna become terrorists. They might go suicide bomb you. Like, there are gonna be real problems that happen soon.
Yep, and we have and will create more terrorists that just want to see America burn.
Exactly. It's fucking Hunter. You're hitting everything perfectly today. Let's go, Hunter.
Yet after seeing more details, I was 100% wrong about Khamenei getting killed. Didn't like the guy, but Big Yahoo is a little too eager about this and a little too opposed to us returning to a pre-WW2 isolationist state.
Yeah. We never should have got involved in World War II, not in our interests. And again, his son is the new supreme leader. It's like, okay. Like, you could make a better argument that his son will even be, like, worse than him, like, theoretically, if he was to hold leadership and not get killed by the United States, because this is the guy who watched his dad get killed. He's going to come back with a vengeance and fury.
1,000 Americans have died at the hands of Iran since the '79 revolution.
Name me the last attack Iran has had on our homeland. And again, don't say the one that just happened in Texas after we just bombed them. Let me know.
Sorry, Christian, but it shouldn't be Americans dying. It's supposed to be Israel's dying. If it was our war, they wouldn't die for us.
And saying that, like, Christian, your original, like, message is the same rhetoric they use when they say the 47 years. Like, that's retarded. Literally retarded. If you believe we've been at war with them for 47 years, you're not gonna fucking make it.
Who the F cares? They have killed American and took them hostage.
Yeah, again, like, don't act like America used to put people in camps. Like, should Japan still hold a grudge? Like, shut the fuck up.
BC, James. We finally have a real man in the WH. Not that you would know what one looks like.
Oh, you got me. Not that I would know what a real man looks like. Donald Trump is Israel's bitch. If a real man is getting fucked in the ass by BB... Oh.
At Ronnie MCS Stevenson said $19.99 on YouTube. Here's 20 for dealing with Christian's comments.
I needed that. Thank you. Thank you. That's very much appreciated. Huge shout out to Ronnie McStevenson. Thank you for the super chat. Dude, dealing with Christian's comments, and I'm surprised Fidel didn't fucking try and kill me over this episode. Oh, but thank you. Much appreciated. All going towards the Jubilee Fund. We'll be on Jubilee in 2 weeks. Very excited about it. Very excited.
Invading Mexico would cost way more American lives and would ruin our relationship with the world completely. Make it make sense.
Dude, like, fuck our relationship with NATO. Like, we make them a territory. Like, literally, Mexico is ran by the cartels. Like, why would you want it to stay in the hands of the cartels? Again, like, I think we could make a deal pretty quickly to have Mexico be a territory. Same thing with Canada. Canada, Mexico, work our way down South America, get Greenland. I think a lot of these places should be U.S. territories. And here's the difference. Like, that would be in America's interest, expanding our territory on our hemisphere. It's not in our interest to destabilize Iran. And again, to acknowledge the one from the one before, because I kind of brushed over that when I got the super chat, but the person who's like, oh, not that you know what, like, you sound like a retard, first of all. You sound like a woman. Your name is Callie. You're probably a woman. You're probably retarded, so your opinion's fairly disregarded just for you being a woman. But if you think a man is a guy who's getting fucked by Bibi Netanyahu every time they have a sleepover, the 8 times they've had in the last year, you're just, again, you're a retard. Like, people like you are the problem with America. You 100 IQ fucking retards. You are the Goyim cattle. Like, you are the retards. You are the people who are not going to fucking make it and who set this country back. People who are like, guys, Trump is still doing everything we asked. It's like, no, he's not. Like, Trump literally debated against every other Republican candidate about how we should not be involved in wars with Iran. But now Trump is taking money from the people who want it, so Trump is doing it. But he's a real man because of that. Like, shut the fuck up. You're such a fucking retard.
Why attack a country that's weak then? It's either they are weak or they are a threat. Which one is it, you crayon muncher?
That's a good argument against, like, it's not a great argument in general, but it's a good argument against the retarded argument that Christian made, where it's like, Iran's at their weakest. That's why we waited 47 years. It's like, really? Really? Really?
1,000 too many, but to a Jew that's nothing. Bro, you came out the Jewish closet according to Uncle Rogue.
Uncle Rogue.
And you came out the real closet.
Yeah, dude, you really got him there. Christian, you gotta get better at the insults.
That was a good comeback when I was 14 years old, I admit. But now it just makes you look like the inferior.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's just, that's a weak comeback, dude. Not gonna lie.
The Islamists are gonna have lots of fun with you, little boy. Keep subverting your country and you'll find out.
Dude, I was literally calling them towel heads, and they're like, you're pro-Islamist. It's like, no, I'm just America first. I don't think it's in our best interest to go bomb Iran. And they're like, you're getting paid by Qatar. You're getting paid by the Muslims. It's like, okay, like, shut the fuck up. It's so fun. And it's like, okay, here's like another thing that, let me see if I can get it. Where would it be? I saw this, and it's like, your retarded comments reminded me of this right here. Where it's like, Islamophobia is a lie. Fear of Islam is rational. It's like, okay, Judaism is a lie. Fear of Jews is rational. Like, could I ever say that? No, I couldn't. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know why that reminded me of that, but it's like, you're literally like, oh, you're pro-Muslim. It's like, no, I'm just Christian. I'm just a Catholic. I'm just a real American. I'm not willing to bow down to these other countries. I'm not willing to go suck the dick of Israel like Donald Trump and like you are, you fucking retard. Like, stupid bitches like this are the problem with politics. I can almost guarantee this is a woman. You're just retarded. Like, here's their other comment.
James is working for the Islamists. Sharia law is his only hope for a GF. Lucky for him, GF has 2 meanings. Bah.
Yeah, you're fucking hilarious. Yeah. I'm getting paid by Qatar, actually. The Muslims pay me. That's why I'm a Catholic. That's why I call them towel heads. Like, people like you are just retarded. James is getting paid by the Islamists. Literally kill yourself. Like, literally. I'll fund it. Like, people like you are just not going to make it.
Would you consider me a neocon?
I would just consider you uninformed and dumb about politics. I'm sure you're smart about other things, Christian, but no offense. You don't have, like, you might have a knowledge of some history things, like you've made that clear to me. You do know a little bit about history, but you don't know about geopolitics. You don't know about what's in America's best interest. Very clear.
Chia bro, Matt Walsh actually has balls. Did not see that coming based off who he works for. Awakening gonna awake.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt Walsh got the shit beaten out of him for that from Ben Shapiro. He should just quit.
Matt Walsh is a paranoid stiff, always has been.
Shut the fuck up.
Also, Mick, stop being such a troll, dude.
I would say he's just under Jewish control. I wouldn't say he's paranoid. All right, let's refresh, see if we got any more comments before we log off. Nope, that's all the comment. Or actually, we had some on YouTube and Rumble, I think. Let's check those really quick. See, this is a comment that I could get in trouble for reading, but it's whatever.
We should just waterboard Lutnick till we get the truth about everything him and Jews have hid from us.
See, like, legally I can't say that. But I do think treason should be dealt with in a manner, and you might not be far off from, so.
Either you're not patriotic or you are a fool who doesn't understand the American national interest in taking out a country that has been our enemy for 47 years and declares they will destroy us. Why should anyone listen to you or watch your program? I am unsubscribing now in disgust.
Oh, you're unsubscribing in disgust? No, please come back. I'll change my opinion. Kill yourself. Fuck off. Fuck you. I apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. We've been at war for 47 years. Suck my American dick, bitch. You're a retard. Why did we wait 47 years then, you fucking worthless cunt? Oh, I'm unsubscribing in disgust. Kill yourself. Fuck you. You're worthless. Shut up, pussy. Like, these people, they think they did something. They're like, oh, he'll read this and he'll apologize. He'll have to change his mind. Kill yourself. I apologize for nothing. If you were here, I'd break this cup on your fucking head. Shut up, bitch. Someone goes, this guy's on side. I agree. I agree about the Lutnick comment, but, like, legally, I can't. I don't think I can legally say that, or at least on a monetized show.
If you still think Trump is America first, you are retarded. How can you not see who owns him at this point?
The second one. No, not that set. Yeah, the second one was retarded, dude. The second one. I'm going to unsubscribe in disgust. Kill yourself. Like, okay, kill yourself. You act like I care. You won't be missed. You won't be missed.
I can see that Iran or Qatar own you like they own Tucker. America first doesn't mean stupid isolationism until the nuclear weapons start exploding in our backyard. Israel and the US are on exactly the same side here. No apologies for that.
Do I have to explain why this person's a retard, or do you guys, the viewers, already know it? Like, have you guys been... I hope you guys know it. I've explained it over the whole show why people like this are retards and are the problem. Like... Again, people like this just, they make me... Like, when people comment shit like this, all that I think about is like, wow, the Jews may be right about us. Like we are retards. We are just goyim. We are fucking slave cattle. Like, there is no fixing this because some of you are too fucking stupid to get your heads out of your cunts to fix this. And then there's one guy who literally, like, spam my comments. These will be the last comments we read. Or there's, after we read this one, then we get to the spam from this other guy. And it's just like, this guy's just a seething retard as well.
My friend Sklamo persuaded me that the attack on Iran was justified. He gave me a list with 6 million reasons why. Oy vey.
Yeah, dude, Shlomo tried the same thing. He gave you 6 million reasons. Oy vey. Oy vey.
And yes, we use Israel to keep the raghead radicals in check over there. Thank you, Israel.
Dude. People like you are just retards.
And nobody cares about how close they are to nukes. Americans are tired of fucking with Iran, and now they are done. We have a little cleanup, and hopefully the Persians will get their shit together and act accordingly. Get to it, Persians.
Yeah, they're gonna listen to you, big guy. You fucking like. Get to it, Persians. Yeah, they're gonna read it in the YouTube comments and they're gonna get right to it just because you said fucktard. Like, why don't you go enlist, you fucking idiot? Like, people like you should enlist. Like, you are too stupid to add to society. You might as well go enlist. Like, if we're gonna lose people, it might as well be people like you. Like, it might as well be the retards. And some people aren't gonna like that statement, but it's like, if we're gonna lose Americans, according to Trump, it's inevitable. It's gonna happen, and it is what it is. I'm not willing to accept that, but if we are, I hope it's the retards in my comments who are shilling for this war. The people who are like, yeah, I'm very pro this. Okay, you go fucking enlist. If we're gonna lose Americans, let's lose the retards. Like, it's so fucking dumb to me, some of these people.
Trump just did what 50 years of presidents didn't have the balls to do. And Israel has plans for world domination, huh? More so than the Muslim Brotherhood? Quit running your mouth when you know jack shit. You're about 12 years old. Iran has been terrorizing the West since I was a little boy. Fuck radical Muslims. They are far more dangerous than Israel.
When was the last Iranian attack on American homeland? Like 60 years ago? Since you were born, so you're older than 60 then? And you say your whole life, so apparently more have happened in that span that just weren't reported? There have literally been 0 attacks on the homeland from Iran, so shut the fuck up. That's, again, they're just like, that's propaganda, it's rhetoric. Bro, you should really look into the concept of moral relativism. Okay. I'll look into whatever. Dude, these people are just retards. These people really are just retards. Like the guys in the comments who are like, guys, we should be at war. This is very good. It's like, okay, you go enlist, you stupid son of a bitch. Like, you go enlist. You go fucking die for Israel then. Like, I don't want any of the real patriots dying. If the fucking Zionist shills want to go put their life on the line, so be it. You guys go do it. Have fun with it. Like, this is sick to me. It's sick to me that we're involved in this war. It's sick to me that any of this is happening. It's sick to me that we have people fucking accepting it. Let me check to see if we had... Let me refresh to see if we had any more comments. I think that might have been it. Refreshing the last one. Yeah, we're okay. That's it. So that's gonna be the entire show. I want to thank all our commenters, all our fans who comment and watch the show. Thank you guys for being fans of the show. Thank you to Ronnie McStevenson for our super chat during the show as well. Much appreciated. Going right in the Jubilee Fund. Thank you to all the people in the live chat. Thank you to everyone who comments on any platform. Remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, read all the comments at the end of each show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Follow me on X, Instagram, whatever platform you're watching on. YouTube, Kick, Rumble, Twitch. Excuse me, and join my Telegram channel by scanning the code up in the corner. But with that, I'm going to sign off today. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day, a blessed night. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday. Hope you guys do have a great rest of your night. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone. The good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful. But we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls. Has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical.